Alright, just wanted to make some tips and tricks about the end game of FBC Firebreak. If you've made it far enough in, you may also be at this point in the game. So nowadays I am playing at Extreme with all 3 corruptions on in the hopes of grinding late game resources to help you get stronger perks. So if you haven't played much of Firebreak yet, there are a ton of perks in the system, or in the game rather, that you can unlock and make stronger with resources. Now, there are resources that you can collect are the files, which you can collect on any level entirely, and there's also different resources on different jobs that you can collect only if you are at corruption level 3. Or 2 or 1, but you get the most at 3, and honestly, there's no point in playing at a lower one, I think. So at corruption levels, you'll notice there's something such as neutralize pickaxe as one of my objectives right now. In order to neutralize a corruption, you need a black rock weapon. That's right. Stop wasting your time shooting at these things. It doesn't work. The weapon I've just picked up is a black rock weapon. You can use that to neutralize corruptions. You can find them typically in the left side of the ammo stations where you just saw me pick that one up, or you can find them inside the shelters around the map, like the one on the left here in the game. So I walk up to that and destroy it with my black rock weapon. It's as simple as that. Right, a lot of people seem to not know about that yet, and I just see them shooting at it like crazy. That doesn't do anything. Now, when it comes to what maps you want to farm or what resources you want, it really depends on the perk you're trying to max out first and what perks you find the most useful. I don't think there's any wrong or right answer to the perks that you want to have in the game. It's up to you and preference and how you want to play. I personally have found a lot of success playing the splash kit in order to play solo, because a lot of things are very versatile in this kit. I can use electric grenades for my own abilities to shock things. Can use the water for so many different things, like washing off the sticky notes, which I just did, putting out fires easily. And why would I want this over another class, let's say like the fix kit, who could use its wrench to fix some things or repair things pretty immediately? Well, that's because the perk that I want is one that ultimately repairs things faster. And it's so fast that even at the lowest grade, it's worth it. So that's actually why I'm on the sticky note level. That is where the resource is to upgrade the perk that allows you to charge things faster and repair things faster. And if you're playing solo, highly recommend you focus on that perk first. It is crucial to your runs and makes it way easier overall. So if you're running solo, definitely get that perk. Try out the splash kit class. It's a lot of fun, extremely useful. Even its ultimate can be really good at times, right? Which is just this ultimately like molten lava weapon, which is kind of fun. Changes your water gun into some molten lava with a teapot, which just makes it funny. Ultimately, kind of that control element of strangeness coming back in this game as well, which you do like to see. What's bothering me still, even in the late game, right, with those few tips in mind, is you still can't communicate with teammates. And in the late game, that's even more prevalent. Like, I can't tell my teammate, hey, I found the black rock gun, or where is the corruption at? I need to destroy it. I just have to rely on myself. And other things I've noticed while playing in this late game format is it's not necessarily important to be by your teammates like I originally thought after all. Yes, it's nice to get by them to recharge your shields, But after that, you can just leave them, take the hit to the shields as long as you still have a little bit, and wander around the map doing the objective. In this game, you want to keep moving. That's the name of this game. Just keep moving and you will survive. You don't want to stand there and try and take on the horde. The horde keeps coming. Eventually, after you kill a lot of them, they will give you a bit of time to reset. But I have found if you just keep running, you deal with that horde as it goes, you'll eventually get to a point where you don't have to deal with them anymore for a little bit of time before they start coming back. Now, ways the horde come are you're getting closer to completing the objective, so they'll show up. If you open a shelter, a horde will show up. That's right. If you're one of the ones who opened a shelter on your team, you probably caused the horde to spawn on them. And if you didn't know that, well, surprise, now you do. But those are just a couple ways that the horde shows up. And then you want to be running. You don't want to get boxed in. If you have tools like the ultimate I use there to take out a lot of the horde, then you should run. You never want to be caught anywhere, right? I've seen so many people sit in that shower even afterwards. Like, if they're not full health, they'll stay there and try and get to full health, but it's not worth it. You need to get moving. Now, a lot of times it's gonna be really tempting to want to heal your teammate right in the middle of a massive horde. You will not be able to. You will have to run. I'm gonna be honest, the respawn timer is so fast, you might as well have infinite lives right now in the current state of the game. So sometimes you're just better off letting your teammate go and let them just res themselves and lose that life. I know what you're thinking, like, hey, how's that possible? You only have 5 lives. Well, if you've gone to late game or died enough in early games, you would know that you run out of lives and then the timer shows up and Hank just constantly gets more lives for you. And it's super quick, especially if you have the perk to make it even faster. I've never felt the pressure of needing to stay alive for that extra life, at least not too much pressure anyway. And another reason why this splash kit is really good, especially on the sticky note level, is you see in here I'm dousing the sticky note monsters before I'm shooting them. That's because it increases the damage on them, right, which is really useful. I can take out these sticky note monsters a lot faster with this. You can see that sometimes in this game I try to go for the objective more than I try to worry about the horde. And you'll see that a lot. If you're always worrying about the horde, eventually you're just trapped in this never-ending cycle of hordes. Because one of the things too that will trigger them is just the amount of time that has passed. And you don't want to be the one who's just constantly fighting the horde and never getting to the next objective. Where I've seen that the most is when you need to get to the next room and the horde comes because you just ended an objective. You want to get to that next room. Make it your priority. Do not stay in that first room waiting, not getting stuff that counts to an objective. It's a waste of time. It makes your missions last a lot longer. And you'll see that these missions actually do last a considerable amount of time. This one being just about 20 minutes to do this objective. And we weren't doing the best, I'll be honest. You guys see me die a couple of times in this mission. And maybe even go down here. I don't remember, honestly. Looks like I might. Or I'll get in the shelter to heal. But it can be difficult, and if you're wasting time not getting to the next area, then it's going to take longer than it needs to. But that is one thing about this game that I find interesting. I've heard rumors like, hey, end game levels are going to take you about an hour. I don't really think that's true from what I've experienced so far. And I hit so many wrong buttons here before I eventually get this horde out of my way. That it ultimately is like 20 to 30 minutes for the harder levels. I don't think it's really any more than that. So if you're expecting hour levels that are really difficult, I don't think you should, honestly. And when you get to late game, there's just so many things that help you. You're so strong. 9 perks when you're maxed out on your kids is kind of crazy. And if you're getting the resources and leveling those resources, that is also really just wild. Like, you can do so much with that, and it's super helpful. And just improving your gameplay and ultimately getting the job done. Now, all of this being said, and having made it to the late game now, this game is not worth $40. Okay, it's just not. I've played the game for 10 hours now in total, and like I said, I'm here at the end collecting the end game resources. It didn't take that long to get to this point. And even while I'm at this point, I can't really tell if I'm having fun. I think a requirement to have fun is to definitely play this game with 2 friends if you absolutely have to play it. And I would really recommend getting this game on Game Pass or on PS Plus, like whatever you can get it on that is not spending $40. That would be for the best. Hopefully in the future, Remedy will add things to make it better, but right now, this just isn't it. Remedy did not make a home run here. This is not one of their best games. This game you could pass on. If you have a group of friends who think they want to try this game out, you'll have fun with them. I don't know for how long. It might get old playing these missions over and over again, because now that I'm at the end, it really is just repeats. Like, the first time around, it was shocking, and you're gonna see something that might be a spoiler for you if you haven't gotten level 3 of the sticky note monsters yet, which I actually found pretty cool the first time around, but now is just another task to do, which is unfortunate. I feel like 2025 has been a huge good thing for games. I've seen a lot of good games. I don't know if any of you had the chance to try the Jump Ship demo, which is just another co-op game, but it's like co-op in space PvE. A lot of people have called it Sea of Thieves, but in space. I loved that demo. I'm looking forward to its release. I think it's going to be really good. I've thought that Splitgate has been a great release for 2025. I've thought that Expedition 33 was an amazing RPG, so that was great to have. And just games all around for 2025 I've had a good time with. I'm excited for Grounded 2, been trying out Grounded 1, and it's been fun. But this game just misses that mark. It's like, I don't know, the AI is still super wonky, like I said in my first impressions. The missing voice chat's weird.
There we go.
Just, this game feels half complete. Even when I have a full understanding of what to do and what's going on, how to use the BlackRock gun, what it actually is for, rather than just grabbing it to grab it. Because here I'm actively looking for the gas cylinder, but couldn't find it, so I don't waste the ammo. We need it to take care of that corruption, which is good. Like, it's an understandable thing. The game wants you to use your resources correctly, and the co-op was set up well. It's just like half-cooked. Since Remedy is planning on and has said that they are going to add to this game, that it's kind of a live service-ish game, I think it has potential to get better, and hopefully it does. So that was really unfortunate. Actually, I'm gonna fall there again too, which is even more unfortunate. But we do eventually get the black rat gun back. It doesn't fall off into the void, which is nice. But yeah, this game, hopefully with some updates and some free updates, really is what they would need to get the attention of people. Hopefully this game can go somewhere and be better than what it is right now, and Remedy can live up to their name of being a good studio. I've enjoyed their games in the past and didn't think there was anything I'm wrong with them before, but they just really missed the mark on a multiplayer game. Now, what you've seen so far is really just us collecting resources, going from level 1, 2 to 3, or the different sectors. And in this last sector, it's a pretty cool boss. I thought he was cool the first time I saw him. It's like a giant sticky note monster. The way you defeat him is you just repair the water and the electricity. You can see here, if you just repair the electricity, nothing actually happens to the boss. We didn't repair the water in time. Again, communication would have been really helpful in order to beat this boss faster than we did. And the gas cylinder is still alive behind us somewhere, which is just an unfortunate event. I ultimately do go look for him here after I try to heal, but the shower, if you didn't know, the shower can run out of water. You can run out of ammo. It is possible. Now, I'm destroying the gas cylinder while they actually finally started destroying the sticky note monster. Once you destroy him, and ultimately this level's over, you get running back to the start, and all is good in the world. So, let me know what some of you have been thinking about as you played this game. Like, do you like it? Do you not like it? How have you felt about Remedy's attempt at a multiplayer game? Have you had friends to play it with? Has that made it better for you? Or have you been playing it solo? And I've seen some experiences where everyone just hits quick play and they keep on getting into hotfix. I actually have never used quick play so far in this game. I've only hosted games and played the jobs that I wanted to play because I want the resources I need in the game. Alright, so for me, I just haven't hit quick play, which I guess can make it so that other people can't find teams if they're just sitting waiting in lobbies for someone to join. Because I don't even wait. I just go right in, start the solo match, and play on my own for a while if I have to. It's really not that bad on your own. You can res yourself, and you actually have more lives, so it might even be easier on your own sometimes if you know what to do in the game. Because if you have two teammates that don't know what to do in the game, if anything, they can actually be a bit of a burden as the hordes are bigger and make things kind of harder for you. But if you have teammates who can leave things like that box behind to stop the horde, and a powerful enemy ends up spawning, I did take this to run to just get things out of my way, but I turned back around to help deal with the strong hiss, which I wish there were more variety of strong hisses in the game. There actually aren't that many. I know some people will say, like, as you level up, there will be more enemies to fight and things like that, but it's not that many enemies, guys. I think between the different enemy types, there's the regular little grunts, whether they're melee or guns. I guess you can count that as two. There's some of the bigger armored guys, the one with guns, the ones with something attached on their back, they're even worse. There's some that fly in chairs, and some that just fly and try and explode on you. And there's an invisible one that I see not that often, but it's still around. I just want more variety than that even. The sticky note monsters are just special to this job. But I think I wanted more like that. More special monsters to each job to add to the variety in the game. And so here, when I was just standing there, it was pretty effective because the horde spawned way back here while my teammates were already running out. And that's pretty good, I guess, for them. I was kind of stressed because, like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. This guy's on the bridge. Run past him and just keep going. A fun fact, if you didn't know, for the elevator, maybe this is just a placebo and it's not true, but I think if you are hitting the button on the elevator, it'll come faster. So the repeated presses will actually make it come faster. And I don't know if any of you have hit the elevator button in real life thinking, come on, hurry up. But this game actually makes that a thing, which is kind of funny to me. And in late game, the switch always breaks, so you kind of expect it now, which, I don't know, I wish it was like more random than that. But, yeah. FBC Firebreak, don't buy it for $40. Get Game Pass, get it on PlayStation for free, but it's not worth it where it stands right now, and even in the late game, as I played more of it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, I'll see you later.